Welcome back to the Salcedo Show, folks. This weekend, Border Patrol agents saw a record surge of illegal aliens in Del Rio, Texas. Yet the Biden administration continues to turn a blind eye to this massive crisis, multiple crises really, harming U.S. citizens. Here to weigh in, North Carolina Congressman Madison Cawthorn. Congressman, great to have you back. 26 Republican governors penned a letter to the White House requesting a meeting with Biden within 15 days. So far, Biden, no shock here, not responding. I'm not sure why anybody is so surprised about this. This is how totalitarians rule. They don't have to answer for the harm they do to their subjects. Your thoughts, Congressman?
Well, I'm sure a lot of people's first takeaway is, wait, why are 26 governors penning the president? We don't have 26 border states on our southern border. That doesn't make any sense. The problem is the Joe Biden regime has turned every single state into a border state with his open borders policy. I mean, if you think about it, right now, it's easier to get across our southern border than it is to get into a New York restaurant. And so when we see so many of these illegal immigrants being flown into my state or other states, it's no wonder that these actual governors want to get a meeting.
Secretary Milquetoast Mayorkas ripped into Border Patrol agents for using what he called whips on horseback to prevent illegal aliens from crossing into America in violation of our laws. The whips report was quickly debunked. Turns out people who know horses call those leather straps, they call them reins. You know, they help the rider tell the horse where to go. You can forgive Mr. Mayorkas for not knowing what the hell that is. But this latest surge shows that Biden is in violation of a Supreme Court order that told him to reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy. Now, those illegal aliens should be on their way to Mexico to await their asylum hearings. What will your office do to hold Mr. Biden and his lawless administration accountable for their apparent violation of the Supreme Court ruling?
Well, you can bet when we take the House back in 2022 that we will be holding them accountable for this open border policy. You see everything that's going on, the actual detrimental harm that this is causing. In my own hometown, there was an illegal immigrant who killed a young 3-year-old girl while he was drunk driving. Now, he just ran her over while she was riding her tricycle and drove off, leaving her dead. Fortunately, we have an incredible sheriff in Henderson County who quickly hunted down the suspect, and it turns out this person had been deported already before, and now, because of these open border policies, he was back, and we have one less beautiful young American girl living because of the open border policies. When this Milquetoast Mayorkas wants to tell us that that he is horrified by seeing these Border Patrol agents and the Texas Rangers actually using what he calls whips, and I agree, there's no surprise that he doesn't actually know what reins look like, because there's no chance he's ever been anywhere near a farm. I don't see violent aggression from these agents. What I see is desperation. I see people who are having to fight to try and secure our southern border with no backup from the White House. I truly feel for these men and women on our southern border trying to hold law and order together.
Yeah, Chris Cabrera from the Border Patrol, we asked him point blank yesterday, are you getting the resources you need to fulfill your mission? He said absolutely not. By the way, Congressman, I do want to press you a little bit on this question of Biden violating the Supreme Court order. As you well know, the Remain in Mexico policy, the Supreme Court said the Biden administration must return to that Trump-era policy. He is still allowing illegal aliens into the United States. Let me phrase this question another way. Do you believe it's right for a sitting occupier of the Oval Office to openly violate a Supreme Court order?
I do not. It's actually unconstitutional. There's 3 equal and opposite branches of government. And when we have an executive branch who's starting to just completely not care about what the judicial branch or the legislative branch actually are saying, that is dangerous precedent to start setting. That sounds a lot more like a king than it does like a president.
Darn tootin'. All right, last question I have for you. A fight broke out in New York City in a restaurant there last week after a party of 6 black people were denied entry for not having proof of vaccination. Black Lives Matter members gathered outside that establishment yesterday to protest what they called the, quote, weaponization of the vaccine mandate against people of color. In my view, BLM is not wrong, as the CDC confirms that the black community is among the least vaccinated in our country. What is your take on this?
You know what? This is actually just what they're starting to do is like exactly what these Black Lives Matter protesters are starting to say. I can't believe I'm actually agreeing with them. But this is weaponized mandates. We know no American, regardless of skin color, should be giving up their personal liberty so easily. Because right now what you're seeing is this medical apartheid, which is causing modern day segregation. Every single minority activist should be up in arms right now saying you are hurting the people who need help the very most with this actual mandate. It should be rescinded, and we should never be a country that forces mandates down the throats of Americans.
Well, I can echo those sentiments. Congressman Madison Cawthorn, sir, thank you very much. Always appreciate the time you carve out for us on the Salcedo Show.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.